Hey guys, it is your girl Nosy Rosie. Thanks for coming to the Nosy Spots. I am kind of irritated thinking about this girl, Erica Mena. I can't with her. So let me just back up. I don't want to get into how I personally feel about it right off the bat. So we know in part one of this Carlos King sit down, Erica goes over her background. She talks about the fact that she was in foster care. She talks about the fact that she feels some of her anger is rooted in the days when she was in the foster care facilities and her family would come and visit, and she felt like she wanted to go home with them and just very disappointed in the outcome. She also gets into her relationship with her first baby daddy and how she was raised in a very diverse upbringing, using buzzwords like Mary J. Blige, buzzwords like diverse, buzzwords. Just, I can't. And I wish I could say that I was surprised, but I feel like, I feel like it's just so predictable. I feel like this entire interview was so predictable, and it makes me feel like she has no true friends. Honestly, it makes me feel like she has no true friends, or that she is so stubborn and so hard-headed that if there is anyone in her life who would have advised her to take full accountability, that she refused to, and has dug herself in an even deeper hole, because I feel like 99% of the feedback that I've come across on social media, and just based on my personal opinion, is that this interview did her no justice. This interview didn't do anything more than give Carlos King another hit interview. It did nothing but bring positive things as it relates to Carlos King and his growth as a YouTuber, or his growth as a pop culture phenomenon at this point. But for Erica, for what I'm sure were her reasoning for sitting down and doing this interview, likely redeeming herself, oh no, baby. For anybody that really pays attention and ain't falling for the white woman tears, no. All right. So I took some notes, but I'm not obviously going to hit on everything that was said. So I'm just going to focus on the meat and potatoes of the interview. So getting to how part two kind of jumped off when we start to talk about the whole monkey situation. I'm just going to keep it real. I feel that Erica Mena called Spice a monkey because she knows that it is one of the most degrading things that you can ever say to a black person, and she wanted it to hurt. I truly feel like that is her reason for doing it. I don't even think it was personal to Spice. I think that Erica, if she had been sitting across the table and had anyone said anything about her child, or said anything that for her is extremely offensive and a sensitive subject, if that person happened to be a black person, I think she would have called them a monkey. I believe that it is her default button when she gets into it with black people. I feel that it is the way she wins an argument, the way that she feels the most powerful. She knows that if I call a black person one of these derogatory words, that is going to hurt them so badly, cause them to lose control, and at some point, even if it is not real, but it makes me feel like I'm the one that won this altercation, that's what I'm going to do. So that's honestly why I feel that she said it. And it's so disappointing that a mother of how many kids does she have? 3 at this point. We know that she has a teenager. She's been someone's wife. She's been on this show. I think she mentioned 15 years. It's so disappointing that You have all this experience in life that should have already prepared you to be mature enough to just acknowledge what it is. Because for me, if you do a sit down interview, your intention should only be for the right reasons. But the reason why she's unbelievable is because she doesn't feel wrong. And that's why it's hard for her to just say sorry to Spice. That's why she has to generalize it. Because in her mind, she can't give Spice even the credit of feeling like I'm the one that got the apology. So, it is just crazy to me. And we're going to focus on Spice in a minute. But for right now, let's just... wow. So Carlos King, actually when I was taking my notes, I had, mentioned the cosplaying of a lot of Latin women, white women, Asian women, how they cosplay black women, okay? But Carlos King later talked about it, and so I thought that was very interesting because it lets me know that he knows what's up too. He knows what's up. So we see Erica. She's sitting there with her titties out. She got this big ass chain, these damn rhinestone ass pants, looking like she just came out of the damn Slauson swap meet. Whole body rubbed down in bronzer. Got what we would consider a flat iron. Oh my goodness. It's just so crazy to me how everybody loves the black culture. Of course, anybody can buy a chain. Of course, anybody can dress how they want. But what we see is people specifically wearing baby hairs, getting lace fronts, putting their outfits together in a way that represents hip hop and represents pop culture in the black demographic. It's like they see us, they recognize, oh, that's kind of tight. That's kind of dope. I love how you put together your outfit like that. Oh, I like how you rocking your bling. But right now it's in. It's in. The long fingernails. These are things that are from the black community specifically. We have a flavor that no one else has. So I just find it very interesting that she's sitting up there on this couch with all this dark makeup. And in her mind, I am not hijacking anything from the black community because I grew up around you guys. But what people don't realize is anytime you say stuff like that, instead of acknowledging and saying something as simple as, you know what, I grew up around the black community and I've been very influenced by their music. Like I grew up around women that dress like this and dress like that. And I thought it was dope. And it's really embedded in me. So for me, I didn't even look at it like that. But I do recognize the fact that my whole buzz down right now is very much giving black women. Or a certain demographic of black women. All right. So that's one thing. That's one thing. And hopefully all of this will come together. It's just very sad to see people that look up to you, copy you, are inspired by you, but will never admit it. It's very similar to when Kim Kardashian was wearing those French braids. You know, those Jamaican braids. And when somebody pointed it out, she's, oh, I didn't get that from black women. I got that from Bo Derek. Who got it from black women? Like, it's just like, it's so obvious. But no one can admit it, which is sad. So, let's focus on Spice for a minute. Because, I mean, I'm heated when it comes to the Erica Mena situation. But that's just because of the lack of accountability of it all. But we all know Spice was wrong. Me personally, when you are having a heated conversation, really any conversation at all, if we're not close like that, if we don't have that type of relationship, if we're not coming from a loving place, no one's children, no one's relationship with their children, nothing about my parenting, nothing should come up. So Spice was wrong. Now, if Erica would have just cussed her out start bagging on her wig, talking about her shoes, that would have been one thing. And we wouldn't even be having this conversation today. But Spice was dead ass wrong for bringing up anything related to Erica's son, because that's hella disrespectful, not only to Erica, but it's disrespectful to her son because he is not in this. And the same way Erica called you a monkey because she knew how hateful that is and she wanted to hurt you, is the same way you brought up her son, is because you wanted to hurt her. You wanted to say something that was going to hurt her to her core. And I just felt like that was very dark. That was very evil. And I can't rock with that either. So yes, Spice was wrong for that. The only reason why we are not focusing on Spice in this conversation is because A, I believe that she also did come out and acknowledge her being wrong. But B, Spice is not the one sitting in this interview chair right now. It is Erica. Okay? So getting back to Miss Erica Mena. She is very much, she is giving us a glimpse into the world of a Latin woman in the Black community. How some of them can be, because she does not represent all of them. My sister-in-law is Hispanic, and she is total opposite of Erica Mena. But Erica Mena definitely represents those women that feel like they are somehow above Black women because they happen to connect with men that have their own self-hate going on, that tend to go after women like Erica and try and prop them up and make them feel like they so popping because they're their preference. Oh, because your hair is this, because your skin is this. All the while, this person just has self-hate. This person got issues with their own skin. This person that comes from a Black woman got issues with his own mama, whatever the case is. I feel like it's just sad. And I feel that she does feel superior. I feel that when she gets in those relationships, it comes off as she eats that up. Even though she got Black friends, even though she hanging around Bambi and at one point Sierra and whoever else, she eats it up. She eats it up. And it's like, how many times can you fall for it? Because if it were true, then you would not have gone through a divorce. If it were true, you and Bow Wow would have lasted. You and Rich would have lasted. You and DJ Envy would have lasted. Whatever the case is. But your hair and your skin texture does not have anything to do with real love. It might attract somebody to you, but when your soul is dark and y'all ain't connecting for whatever reason, come on now, when are you going to learn your lesson? Erica Mena, I don't know. For me, she's someone that she just represents just weakness to me. Because anytime somebody is wrong and they can't just say that they're wrong and they defend their wrong based on what the other person did to them, it's very weak. It gives broken. It gives inability to acknowledge who I am. And then she goes on to say that she's been on this platform for so long because she's relatable. I don't know. Maybe she is relatable to some people. For me, when I look at her, like, you're on the platform because you act like a buffoon. And most people tune in because they feel good watching people act like buffoons on television because they are misery. They are miserable. And for me personally, I have not watched Love and Hip Hop for years because at some point as you grow up and mature, it becomes tiring. And when you go through your healing process, watching people like her on television is just very triggering. But with this whole situation, it's like I could not help but address it. Because how could you not? How could you not? And then she called it, what did she say? She said she felt like it was a coincidence. Girl, you're a liar. You're a liar. And the fact that people like you can actually sit on a couch after calling a black woman a monkey and at the same time talk about how you were raised around black people, how you respect black people, can try and justify your behavior. It wasn't no damn coincidence. You are evidence that people can be in your circle, or you can work with people, and from the outside looking in, they can seem like they so cool and they so down, but when it comes down to it, you piss them off enough and they gonna say something that lets you know that they are very much a bigot. And I don't even use that word. But you're evidence of the system working. And it's just like the fact that you cannot say I'm sorry, the fact that every time you're giving the opportunity or somebody rolls out the carpet and just hopes that you can say I'm sorry, your entitlement rises up. It's just like evidence of the fact that black people love people so hard. We invite people in so easily and so warmly, and would never ever think we're looking at you like you one of us. You cool. And it be to the detriment of our own selves, because if you hurt me and you truly hurt me, you cannot even say I'm sorry. You want to address your fans. And really, when you do that, you are just trying to make up for all the blessings that you just missed out on. You're trying to make up for the people that probably were truly your friends, and now you done shown them who you really are. You're trying to make up for the fact that the network done let you go. Because how do you truly mean I'm sorry and apologize to my fans and everybody else, except for the person that I actually did this to? Like, what are you talking about, Heifer? We're talking about black women's pain. Sit in that. Sit in that. You are sitting there on this man's couch trying to gaslight the entire situation, playing victim. I do not understand why no one can recognize that the world has come to this place where we are not playing with you anymore. I don't care if you are subconsciously or consciously racist, or you are really down for the culture, but you recognize the fact that if I say this is going to hurt you so bad, so no matter how much I respect your culture, I'm coming for you in that way. Like, please. And even after Carlos keeps opening up the floor, basically using reverse psychology, trying to tell her that being a Latin woman does not excuse her, and it is not okay, and we are not okay with you saying words like that, diversity or not, upbringing or not. She still cannot apologize. And there's really no point. It's like, we've seen this type of woman before. We encounter her all the time, and at the end of the day, she's not apologizing because she does not regret saying that to Spice. She regrets how it has impacted her life negatively. Because the question wasn't, do you apologize to your fans, biatch? The question is, have you learned your lesson? Are you sorry for what you said to Spice? Do you feel bad for using a racist term when there are thousands of other words that you should be able to pull out and use? Do you apologize for that? And the answer is no. And then the answer is no because she did X, Y, and Z to me. And that's why Erica Mena will remain this broken person, because she really feels right in the fact that because because Spice said something that was hurtful to her, she gets to then say one of the most hateful things that not only affects Spice, but it affects an entire group of people. So we cannot even allow for her to get away with that. Because again, had she said something about Spice's clothes, or even let's say Spice said something about her son or her parenting, if Erica would have came for her and her parenting, then okay, at that point, we would have all went up for Erica, because you just defending yourself and you giving her what she giving you. But no, these two things are not on the same level. It's about people like Erica Mena thinking that you can be in our community and still go to the most hurtful place and sit on this man's couch and comfortably take no accountability while tears are coming down your face. Girl, you can suck it. You can suck it, because you're negative, you're miserable, and at this point it's really starting to feel like you have a filthy soul, because how can you sit up here and try to explain your childhood and want for us to relate to you when everybody is aware of what Black and African and really when it comes to some of your culture has been through at the hands of white supremacy, but you don't have tears for us. You can still use that very sore spot against us, but you expect to be able to sit on this man's couch and tell us that you was in foster care and you didn't know who your daddy was and whatever you said, and we're supposed to buy it? Like, girl, no. You're being very much Karen right now. You're being very much Karen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let me get back on track. Oh, I don't like this girl. I don't like her. Erica Mena is just very, very triggering. It's like it's 2023 and it's like people can infiltrate every part of the Black community and then be so disrespectful and try to justify it. She's stuck in life. So the other thing she starts to focus on is the network. So she doesn't feel bad or isn't apologetic towards Spice, but she feels like the network needs to somehow hold themselves accountable for something she said. And what she was really doing is reverse engineering, trying to like use some reverse psychology, trying to disguise what she was actually saying, because what she was saying was, you guys knew I said that, so if you didn't want all of this to happen, you should have never let it make the television screen. You should have never benefited off of it. You should have never profited off of it. You guys are trying to pretend like I've said the most offensive thing, but you're still profiting off of it. She wants them to be held accountable in the same way the world wants her to be held accountable. Like, make this make sense. Make this make sense. You signed up to be on this reality show that you know is going to exploit every ounce of what they can from not only you, but every other castmate on that show. But instead of you saying, I said this, I'm sorry, Spice, I should not have said it to you. And then after you apologize to Spice, then addressing your fans and the rest of the world. But you want to do it backwards. Apologize to everybody else. Nothing for Spice. And expect for us to believe that you are remorseful when the person you did the wrong to, like, I don't get it. It's like, are you crazy, girl? And then somehow the network is not supposed to benefit from it, and you don't expect for them to market the show in a way that spins this negative experience so that they can somehow benefit from. Like, girl, you said it. You've been on this show for 15 years. You know how the game go. But again, it's entitlement. Very Karen-esque of you to sit on a couch and go in on the network instead of going in on yourself. And that is the problem. Erica is showing us what it looks like to point your finger outward and talk about you, you, and you instead of looking at yourself. I can't. And then Carlos is trying to help her apologize. And my only thing, Carlos, is you try to be so diplomatic sometimes. Like, you come off like a politician sometimes. You know good and dang well you call these people friend, but you know good and dang well those people, y'all ain't friends like that. You know y'all ain't sitting up on the phone talking every week or every other day. You know y'all ain't going to movies and chilling and having dinner parties together. You know her, y'all acquainted. Maybe you do consider her a friend, but you know it's not all like that. So why can't you, as the host, and more specifically as a black man, stand in it and say, Erica, I just want to let you know that coming from me to you, I don't find it acceptable, and it would make me feel better if you did apologize to Spice. And honestly, especially coming from a producer or coming from a business owner, coming from a marketing perspective, you, Carlos, you sit from a seat that gives you a bird's eye view on where her career could be headed. And I don't know, maybe you do it off camera, but it kind of also implicates you in the BS, because it's like you represent the quote unquote friends that don't hold your friend to the fire. I mean, I really hope that, behind closed doors, or even if you said it but it was edited out because maybe she was uncomfortable, I really hope you said something to her. But it would have been nice if she's gonna sit on that couch in front of those cameras. It would have been nice if you said, Erica, this is not cool. And as a black man with sisters or with close friends, whatever, I feel that you should be apologizing to Spice, because how can you apologize to your fans or to the general audience of the Love and Hip Hop franchise and expect for us to believe that you are sincere, but to the person that you personally attacked with these racist words, you cannot apologize. Like, I don't get it. All right, and then let's see. Ooh, this girl got me hot. All right, so then she starts to talk about Ciara and why they are not friends, and she feels like Ciara set on the whole Safari thing for 20 days, and if she was really her friend, she would have told her immediately. And I can see it from that point of view. I can understand where she's coming from, especially if they are real friends and this is her husband, the father of her children. I can feel Erica when it comes to that point. But as a person who has experienced that, I can also understand it from where Ciara is seated. Because I can remember I had someone that I was very close with in high school, and her boyfriend, I had one class with him, and he kept trying to hold my hand, trying to flirt, do, X, Y, and Z. And as soon as we got out that class, I told my friend, as soon as we got out that class, because that's the type of person I was even then. But you know what she did? She played it cool, acted like, oh, girl, thank you for telling me you're a real friend. You're a real one. And then it just felt like when I would date other people, it felt like, oh, she's trying to hook them up behind my back, trying to, disrupt it, be a hater. Why are you mad at me? Like, I didn't want your man, didn't kiss your man, didn't give him my phone number, didn't give him no play, ratted him out, made him so uncomfortable that he didn't want to speak to me, didn't really like me no more. So I get it. I can understand why Ciara probably wanted to sit on it, because you never know how women will respond, friends or not. And especially when she said that Bambi also knew before she knew. So it very much gave that Ciara told Brandy. She may not have told you, but she told she told Bambi. And I feel like Bambi probably was supporting her and trying to figure out the right way to break it to you. And for me, Ciara definitely, she gives City Girl just like Bambi, just like Erica. They just give me just ratchet. Okay, I'm not even gonna go there because I like Ciara. But I feel like Ciara is only going to allow things to go so far. I could be wrong, but it very much feels like Erica and Bambi and Ciara were this clique where we ride for each other no matter what. So if my friend tells me her man did X, Y, and Z, I'm going up for her. I'm going to tell them how I feel. I'm going to defend her to the end of the days. I'm not even going to consider that she has her wrongs too. I'm not entertaining that. It very much gives that they had that energy, just this bitter girl energy amongst them. And I'm not saying that they didn't have a right to be angry, but it feels like they had these rules that came along with their friendship. It feels like Erica and Bambi, they don't give a damn about if they operating out of love. Or it's like they can't ever stop themselves and say, damn, like, okay, maybe I went too far. Or, okay, next time we get in this scene, I'm not going to do it like that. It very much gives, like, I will go to the end of the earth to expose you. I don't care if you were my man, my man, my man. I don't care if you're the father of my children. This is how I'm feeling right now, and I'm not going to tap into any mode of emotional intelligence. And I don't know. It feels like Ciara tapped out. Like, you know what? I love y'all, but I'm not going to take it that far now. It gives that she was going along with it until she wasn't. And it gives that they wasn't trying to have it. Like, this is the program we on. And I'm sorry, Bambi and Erica, they come off very negative to me. They give me, I think I'm prettier than I really am. They give me fake jewelry, fake titties, fake booties, fake teeth. I think I'm prettier than I really am. It just Erica and Bambi, I can't with them. It's something very dark about their friendship and about how they roll. And I could be wrong, but it just seems like Ciara, wasn't willing to go that far. But again, this is not about Ciara. This is about the person sitting on the couch. So let's focus on Miss Erica Mena. Now, one of the funniest things, I don't know, this just tickles me because Erica, I just want to say, sis, like, you are so much bark and no bite that it is crazy. Erica Mena for me is one of the few people on Love and Hip Hop that literally I have seen talk so much trash, have this ruthless, crazy, aggressive mouth, but cannot fight. Ain't got no hands, sis. Like, let's go back to circa Kimbella. Erica, you can't even fight. You talk all this mess, all this big talk, and can't even fight. It's no wonder why you have to think of the most vile things to say, because you have no hands. You can't even aim properly. You swing at air. You pull hair like you are freaking 3 years old. I can't. You are such a joke to me. And one of the reasons why I know that you only play with people that have the patience and most of the time, um, the integrity to not even really go there with you. Because let's go back to when you were on uh Love and Hip Hop Atlanta when Tommy was there. You wanted to go this whole other route and pretend I got a crush on Tommy. I love you. I love you. You so fine. You the girl of my dreams. All this and that because you were very much trying to let her know. I know I have a reputation for having a big mouth and swinging at air, but I know you got a reputation for putting your hands on biatches. And I want to make sure you know I'm not a threat. I'm not even trying to go there with you. I don't want that smoke. So I'm going to go the other route and just let you know how I got a crush on you. Erica, you are a punk puss. Literally. All bark and no bite. And it's sad because you are one of the oldest members of the Love and Hip Hop franchise and literally have showed the inability to evolve. Like your emotional intelligence has not moved one speck from the day one to now, and that's sad. Like I feel sorry for you, but not to the point of me falling for your tears. I can't do the faking. I can't do the gaslighting. I can't do the lack of accountability. I can't do the black girl cosplaying. I cannot do it. Want to have everything when it comes to the black girls, but as soon as it comes time for you to really ride for somebody, you can't even step up to the plate because if you was really about us, it would hurt you to know that you hurt us. Even if you didn't like Spice, if you was really about the black community and you want to sit up there and cry when you're talking about Spice's surgery, if you really loved her the way you say you love her, once you called her a monkey, that would have trumped whatever disdain you had in that moment. But even after months and months and months, you still can't apologize, which is why I can't mess with you. You're fake. Again, this interview was more harm. It brought on more harm than more good. Your childhood does not excuse anything, not one iota. So I'm glad that we are seeing people for their works. I'm glad that these networks, I don't give a damn how fake they being. I don't care if they just trying to save face for themselves. I don't care. But I appreciate the fact that for whatever reason, people know you're not going to keep coming for black people anymore. The same way nobody likes when you talk about Jews and other races and they have sensitive terms and you will get blackballed and all. When you talk about black people, we're on the same energy. We're on that same type of time. So it's a hard no for me when it comes to Erica. I want you to know you said at the tail end of this interview that you ain't nobody's role model. I'm glad you know that. And I want you to know that we all know that. We all know that because the only people that will consider you a role model are people within that ratchet city girl division, that small little demographic. The to me, I'm just gonna say it, the brokies, the one that want to look rich but be homeless, the brokies. Those are the only people you role modeling for because ain't nobody else seeing it for you. So I'm glad you know that. I'm glad you know that. You rep for the ratchet girl culture and all that. So stay over there. Stay over there. I just I can't take it. Again, watching this woman sit down here with those tears was very triggering. It's annoying at this point. It's just like she should be embarrassed of herself. And so all I have to say is grow up, sis. Grow up, okay? Because we're not falling for it anymore. Anyways, it's your girl Nosy Rosie. Remember to like and subscribe. I am a new channel. Be patient with me. I am forever growing myself. And let's talk down in the comments. Peace.